And we are live. Hello everybody, this is Alan, and we're doing another Pop Modern Plays. You'll notice that today we're not playing Spelunky. The Daily Challenge is going unplayed today. Instead, we're going to try out the closed beta for Blizzard's new free-to-play trading card game, Hearthstone. And big surprise today, I have a special guest with me, my buddy Asim.
Hello everybody, my name is Asim. I am a friend of Alan's, and I will be playing Hearthstone with you guys tonight.
There we go. Very exciting, very exciting. Asim and I have been basically I would say we were living in Azeroth for a significant portion of our high school time. Big fans of the World of Warcraft.
Living is an understatement.
Yeah, so we were way into it for a while, and we kind of fell out of it on and off for the last couple of years. But Hearthstone came out, and Asim seemed like he was a really big fan of it, and I said, oh, well, that's a well-produced Blizzard game. I'll try it out, and it seems pretty cool right so far. I've only done originally the intention of this stream was to show me learning the ropes live and just kind of starting from zero, but this game is actually a little too friendly to newcomers in that it doesn't let you play it until you do, I think it's 5 or 6 matches of just tutorial with no real guidance, and you just gotta win them all, I guess, which was fine, but now I know how to play the game, at least semi-decently. I don't know anything about the deck building, so we're gonna learn all that. Let's jump into an online game. Asim, I don't know how to invite things. Oh, there we go. You've been challenged by Asma.
Yep.
Exciting.
Yep. Surprisingly simple, none of this menu craziness. And now you get to choose your deck, so so you have the choice between I believe the starter decks.
Well, all I have here is Jaina Proudmoore. That's all I'm looking at.
Well, that's fine, because it would be better if I showed all of this. So, you can go ahead and choose Jaina, and I'm gonna go choose, oh man, I will choose Rin, Senor Rin here. Alright, so once you hit choose, it should start. Has it started for you as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Serving beverages, creating murlocs, that's cute.
Wiping off the table from me.
Yeah. Oh, you're that guy from the books.
Shall bring victory.
You asked for it.
Oh, so much presentation in this game, man. We were talking about it earlier, but all the glowing lights and all the clicky stuff and all the cards are so high res. It's crazy. There's so much going on.
Yeah, and it makes for a much better experience, because not only is the game super flashy, but they also give you a ton of stuff to do while you're sitting there waiting for the guy to make his move.
Right, like you can see in the corners, all 4 of the corners have something you can click on and kind of fiddle with, a la Warcraft 3's minions with their shouts and stuff. And there's a lot of references to the Warcraft series and World of Warcraft all up in this game, so it's a lot of fun. I'm just going to hit confirm. I don't really know. It says keep or replace cards.
Yeah, so what you can do is that you can choose to replace a card that has anything that you don't really want at the moment. Say if you got a card that would cost 7 mana, right?
Right.
You won't get to 7 mana until your 7th turn, which would be 14 turns in total. So it wouldn't be much use until then. So you usually want to swap out something like that until later. So if you have a card that's above, say, 4 or 5, generally you want to swap that out and make life easy for you.
Well, I see. I got. I don't want to give away what cards I have right now. I got. This guy. This guy. I got Raid Leader, Nightblade, Boulder Fist Ogre, and Arcane Explosion.
I'd get rid of Boulder Fist Ogre. A Raid Leader is only 3, I believe.
Yes.
So
3 mana requirement, that is in the top left, obviously.
Yeah, so I would get rid of the Boulder Fist Ogre, because great as he is, he wouldn't come into play until the 12th turn of the game, so.
Got it. Let me just do the thing. Okay, confirm. Oh, nice, I got a Murloc Raider instead.
You're going second, so you get
Oh man, everyone's favorite sound whenever you play it.
Oh, it's the best.
My famous Murloc impersonation.
World famous. Okay, holy smite, that's 2 damage.
Yep, so as you can see in the corner, I've got 1 mana requirement, right? I've only got 1 mana crystal. So that's the only thing I could have done.
That's right here in the little corner. Oh, hey, we're live. Cool. I can watch our live stream from my iPad while we play. Yeah.
Don't do that. Oh wait, never mind. You're gonna do it on your computer.
No,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to hear myself echoing for eternity.
Okay, well, now I'm not gonna do that. That's funny though. Oh, it says we're playing Spelunky. I should probably change that. I'll change it later. Let's just let people think that we're playing Spelunky right now, and then we'll switch it. I'm gonna do that. Oh, this is a new card. I haven't seen this one before. Gain 1 mana crystal this turn.
Oh, that's your coin. So if you start second, then they'll actually give you that coin as an advantage, basically.
Yeah.
You can choose it to use it to your whatever strategical advantage. If you want to squeeze in that last attack, but it's only for that turn. So unless you have a card that can use 2 mana, which you didn't.
Yeah, that was dumb.
But still,
I thought it was
a
forcing
learning
me to use it.
experience.
Right, yeah.
Learning experience. Alright, I'm gonna lay this lady down. And I could play something else, but I will leave that for now. Besides, you couldn't kill that anyways. So a lot of these cards have their own type of passive. As you can see, the Murloc Raider has nothing written on it, but the Northshire Cleric has written on it, whenever a minion is healed, draw a card. Really well designed, because that interacts so well with the lesser heal. That is the hero power for the priest. My hero power is for 2 mana, I can heal something for 2 health. And, if I just heal her over and over again, or heal one of the other cards I have, I can just draw a card.
Huh. Probably not the best move I'm doing here. Basically, we should just explain the general rules of the game, because I have infinite time, right? There's no, timer on turns.
No, there's a timer. Actually, if you want to wait, you can even show them. Eventually, if you sit there long enough, what'll happen is that a large rope fuse actually will come out and start igniting.
Oh, that's fun. Well, basically, just what's happening is we're trying to reduce each other's HP to 0, which is the little blood tier in the bottom right of each of our corners. I'm at the bottom, the same as at the top. And we're both at 28 right now. And you do that by using your minions and your cards to deal damage. And as you can see, for this Murloc Raider, for example, the yellow circle means that he does 2 damage, and the red tier means that he has 1 health. And so every time you attack a minion, they deal their damage to you, and you deal your damage to them, and then it subtracts the health based on whoever did that. So the advantage of attacking is that you can kill the enemy, but you're also most likely sacrificing yourself depending on how much health you have. And then you have other things like this hero ability, which Jaina Proudmoore's is her fireball, which I'm now gonna just kind of toss at his minion, who is this Northshire Cleric. And that's basically just a free, it uses my mana crystals, which are in the bottom right, and you gain mana crystals every turn. And also there are cards, I'm assuming, that can augment your mana crystal amount. Maybe?
By augment,
like
you mean
increase or decrease or buffer it, I guess.
Not the amount that you have. There's some cards that use it as a sacrifice. For instance, I believe the Warlock has a card which allows you. Yo, Ardu and Ren, give me some time to think, man. But they have some cards which will allow you to they'll destroy a crystal or
Someone call the doctor.
sacrifice a certain thing. Mana crystals are, the basis of this game, so they're pretty heavily reliant
The whole
on.
game, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so
There
that's
you
my
go.
turn. This is pretty straightforward. You're basically just trying to use each turn to the best of your ability to do as much damage as you can, while also making a barrier of minions that you can use to defend yourself. I don't know what to do here. And the other thing is, since it's a card game, there's a lot of just sitting and thinking, which I like. It's the kind of game that I can get into in my old age. Oh, there we go.
Oh, very well done.
Yes, I
Oh,
saw
I
that.
hate you.
I had to count that because I was like, okay, yes, thank you. Everyone on your team had 1 health, so I managed to kill all of them with 1 area of effect ability.
Yeah, and actually you can look back on your old moves. There's a whole catalog of the moves that were happening here. So on the side bar, you can see I used Arcane Explosion, and it cleared out all of my characters, which again, goddamn it, dude. uh,
Is someone injured?
Handle it!
Alright. Love all the little yells that all the cards are doing. Just a big fan of that. Like the handle it, obviously being a reference to the old World of Warcraft video, the Onyxia raid wipe animation video. Classic. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, you can see the diversity of all the different cards, because, damn it, dude, all of them have their own sort of very speciality. The Wolf Rider, for example, he has this charge, so that means that he can attack as soon as he is placed on the board.
Right.
And there's all sorts of, cool little things that they have thought out very thoroughly. And characters can also use their own cool little spells. Like I just used Mind Blast right there. It's only cost 2 mana, but I can deal 5 damage to you.
Damn.
Yeah, no, dude, it's pretty awesome. I did that just because I could.
Yeah.
It's always. I should have healed myself. I don't even know why I did that, but if I want to, I can always say.
Not quite.
I don't think you don't even know. There you go.
Oh man.
That's the money. I thought I was screwed, and then I did that. That's the thing I've already noticed from just the early tutorial stuff in this game, is that it's very easy to come back if you have the right combination of cards from what seems like a clear loss to now we're pretty much neck and neck. It's very exciting.
I have lost. I was up by around 22 health, and I lost to a guy who was at like 3 HP. So yeah, it really sometimes it's just a stroke of luck, and that's all it takes.
Shit.
Yeah, man, they don't mess around. Also, I think we should tell everyone this is the most amateur game of Hearthstone that I think has ever been placed on a stream or YouTube.
Absolutely. Like I said, I just installed this yesterday and barely touched it, and Sim has been playing for what? How long have you been playing?
3 days? So, not that long, but,
You've been watching videos and getting into this stuff.
Longer. It's been longer. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. Day 9, Sean Plott, fantastic dude. Alright, I'm gonna make this awesome spell. So yeah, so the passive for this light spawn is that its minion's attack is always equal to its health. So Raid Leader gives it 1 extra attack damage, and Divine Spirit, which is a move that priests have, allows me to double his health. The Raid Leader effect is cancelled out anyways, because as long as its health strictly determines it. But still a pretty awesome skill to have as a character. I'm gonna go ahead and attack you. Let's call it.
No, I think.
But yeah, the cards, like the way the system works in this is that you have basically gold that you'll get from either playing continuously in the play mode, or by buying or disenchanting or something like that. There's plenty of ways to actually get gold, and you use that to unlock these expert packs. And in those expert packs, they have higher tier cards that aren't supplied by the base level of Hearthstone that you get when you install it. So when you see higher level players compete, they have all sorts of fancy cards that are really almost required for getting up into the higher ranks. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys to decide, if that's fair or not. But I think it's really well done and quite fantastic, if I'm honest.
Yeah, if there's anything you can say about... Oh, nice move. If there's anything you can say about Blizzard games, is that they could basically make a game in any genre at this point and have it be impressive in its own right. Like, even... I was saying earlier that this game kind of reminded me of Ascension Chronicle of the Godslayer for the iPad, which is like a very popular card game with a similar sort of health and attack system and a main health pool that you're trying to deplete. Except that game was more about earning points, and then at the end of the game it would tabulate who had more points. But the same idea applies to both. But I don't know, like, just the simplicity of getting into the game and the voice acting and the presentation is like just enough for me to give it a try. Because I am not really a big online card game guy. I just am never able to. I'm not really into the sort of passive deck building sort of loop, I guess. In that you gotta like you hit a certain skill wall where you need to either pay money or play a lot to get better decks, and you just kind of realize that you're not doing anything substantive anymore and you're not winning games. So hearing that this game does not at all require you to dump money into it and you can just kind of play it is really exciting. And I know it's still made, but it feels like a complete product.
It really does. It's just so very well done that, I mean, everything about it really, there's so many nuances that we can just go on and on about, but really it is extremely well done for a card game that, you know, is based off of the World of Warcraft series. You know, there's a street post and lamp post in the corner you can turn on and off, you can shatter the windows, ring the church bell, there's all sorts of little tiny things that I really think makes this game stand out compared to most. I mean, granted, trading card games isn't my forte. The last one I played online was maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh card trading card game that I got in a box of cereal. So I'm not an expert in this field, but you can tell a great game when it's not even a genre that many people experiment with, but it's taking everybody like by storm almost.
Would you say that's taking everybody by Heroes of the Storm?
I don't have enough mana.
No, I wouldn't. I would never ever say
You
that.
sure
You would
about
never
that?
say that. I'm positive you never should be saying that. Bad puns. I think we live for that.
Yeah, that's the only reason I get up in the morning is to make more bad puns.
This is why we're
I'm like half paying attention to the game right now, which is kind of cool because I'm just like looking at my health when it's my turn and then going, okay, a Sim's kicking my ass. Let's bring it into shape, and then I do, and it's kind of going back and forth. So we'll see how this match plays out. The Sim is very clever with the power words. He's keeping that. What's this guy called? Light spawn.
The light spawn, yeah, you can just hover over it, man. But yeah, the light spawn, and you know, there's all sorts of the next cool spell I'm gonna play is called Silence. Everyone's favorite status to have on them. What that actually does is that it gets rid of whatever description your character has. So now, I'm no longer bound by that taunt, and I can actually go and hit you for 10 damage if I wanted to.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude, it's pretty baller.
I don't think I can kill this light spawn. I don't know what to do, man.
I hope you have polymorph, is all I'm going to say. And if you don't have polymorph, dude, yeah, there's not much you can do. I mean, obviously, the more health you reduce it by, it loses damage by the amount of health it has. So that's honestly one of the ways to counter it. Yeah, just by doing that, but you kill your own card when you attack it, essentially.
Yeah, bad idea. I just want to kill it.
And we go for it.
Ooh, this is a fun one. Hold on. My mouse is seizing up.
They'll never know what.
Nice. Yeah, this is probably a shutout. This is good. I'm gonna name this series "Alan Loses at Hearthstone." That should be fun.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
6/6.
It's just the way that the cards play off of each other if you build your deck right just is fantastic.
Right, and I don't know. Oh my god. Sim 1, you guys. Look at that. The card exploded. There's a crater in the floor. Oh, hey, I leveled up, I guess? I'm level 2.
Yeah, so the higher levels that you get, the more cards that you unlock with your class. So like we said, like we haven't been playing for the longest time. So we don't have 100% of the cards that you can unlock for your class. But the more you play with your class, the more of its cards you end up unlocking. And the more of its cards you end up unlocking, the more you start to realize how, A, well done this game is, and how carefully they planned out each and every one of these single cards and their passives and their stats. But you realize that they really do play off each other very well, and they do play to the strengths of the class as they did in World of Warcraft itself.
Yes. And that's the thing I'm excited to get into now, or soon, is the differences between the classes. But I only have the mage unlocked right now, and I guess you unlock other classes by just playing more, is how I'm assuming this works.
Yeah, the more you play the class, the higher level you get. The higher level you get, the more cards of that class you get.
For example, how do I unlock like another class?
So how you unlock the other class is that if you're back in your main menu, you go to the practice area.
Okay.
From that practice area, you can select a deck, whatever. Let's go with a basic mage, for example. It brings up a menu which lets you choose your opponent, anything from mage to warlock.
Oh shit!
And once you play, yeah, it's freaking awesome, right? So you can choose that, and if you beat them in your duel, then you actually unlock them as a class.
Very interesting.
So, to all new players, if you're listening, it's highly recommended by Team Liquid, Reddit, wherever you go, you'll hear them say, unlock all of these classes first, get them high enough level that you're familiar with them, and then go from there. Like, what's my strength? What kind of a player am I? Do I like... me personally, I'm loving the priest right now. I love that I can keep my cards, at full health if I wanted to, and there's so many passives which, interact with the health of the minion itself. So I love that. I know other people that love shamans and their totems, so it really depends on who you are. So once you've unlocked all the different characters, you can actually, learn to get proficient in them. So I think it's pretty cool, actually. I like that you have to play them first to unlock them. Because generally it's the character that you hate playing against the most that you end up being the best at, because you're like, ugh, you're the worst, you win every time. And you play him and you're like, oh man, I win every time.
Yeah. Sorry, our mutual friend who was also into this game, Joey, just messaged me via Hearthstone. It was, he just says, let's see if I can pull it up. Do you want me to help teach you the basics of the game or the mindset you want to have during it? And I'm like, bro, the whole point of this segment is that I'm gonna just go in fresh. I don't want to get my pro strategies just yet, but maybe in the future. I like to be the noob in this, and as soon as my master, my Sifu.
Sifu is them.
Yes, and so for now, I think I'm just gonna do this. Play a couple practice matches, maybe later on my own I'll unlock some more classes. I'm looking at the druid, and I was a druid when I played World of Warcraft, so I was a big fan of that, but I don't know how they are in this game.
They're pretty cool. I haven't had much experience with them, but I was actually watching a video today, a few hours ago actually, and they have a really good little collection here. They've got a great balance of, as druids did, of both sustain and damage output.
Right.
His hero passive is that he gives himself armor and attack, and a few of their skills. God, they can gain 2 mana crystals this turn, give your hero +2/+2. They've got a lot of that strength and sustain that was really iconic of them back in World of Warcraft. Shout out to them boomkins. Just healing themselves and doing Starfall over and over again.
Best. If I can do that, if I can recreate that in this game, I'd love it.
No, you can. Starfall, I believe, does 5 damage or something like that, and it costs like 2 mana, 2 or 3 mana.
Shit.
It's crazy. Druids are fantastic. I just couldn't live with myself if I played it. That's your thing, dude.
Yes, I think I'm gonna try and unlock that another time. Because yeah, that's like a really interesting thing, is translating characters from originally from an RTS and then to an MMORPG, and now to a multiplayer trading card game, and they still have the same visuals and same like playing style similarities. I'm assuming, or based on what you just said, but that's just really interesting. That's like from a game design standpoint.
Yeah, they really do carry over their similarities extremely well, and that's another thing that gets me. It was a nostalgia that originally got me to this game, and it's nostalgia and the like just fantastic work that's gone into this game that really keeps me here. Um, and it really is funny because when I played World of Warcraft, there was always that one class that made me like perpetually upset. You know, if I was in a battleground or something, paladins were the worst. You would just go in to be like, oh, like here's this move. I'm never gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay, and you see a lot of that, and it brings back that old hatred of, oh, god damn it. Rogues have their combo moves, so if they play one card, right, and you know, you play one card and you play another card after that, you can combo, and that can have special effects depending on what kind of card you have. It just brings back all those horrid memories of you just, you know, getting completely ganked while you were just minding your own business trying to complete a quest. So yeah, they did a really good job of translating over the specialities of each class.
Well, before we, I mean, get to over our heads with all this praising of this game, let's call it here, and then we'll come back for part 2, which will be, if you're watching this live, will just be in a couple minutes, and if you're watching this on the YouTube stream, it'll be up the day after this one goes up. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Isim, for being here, and we'll be back in just a little bit.